Okay, hello everyone. So yeah, this is going to be another live episode of the Beluga Tunes podcast. So that means this is streaming live to YouTube. It's not just going to be on Apple Podcasts and all that. It will also be on there after the fact. Anyway, let's get on with this. Let's play the theme tune. Okay, so I'm gonna just check on the stream in a minute, and also things are going to be a bit different this time around because, well, I left things open a bit at the end of the previous episode because I was meant to choose a film, and you'll find out what the situation is with that in just a minute. I do have a film to talk about. Yeah. No, what was I going to? Yeah. So I'll do two things at once right now. I have a timer set up because I am going to do a 6-minute shout out later on, and yeah, I've got that ready. Got a timer ready for that, just to be extra sure I can. Yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, I'm just playing it to myself. This one don't take too long. Sorry, I'll keep going quiet. Sorry. Yeah, okay, it's all there. So I really feel like I have to check on it. Check both the outputs and everything. But yeah, what's happening in this week's episode? Well, there's going to be there is going to be a 6-minute shout out, as I said. And for anyone new to this, a 6-minute shout out means I'm just going to spend 6 minutes talking about just a random topic, usually something that you can find online, like maybe another podcast or a web series. So yeah, although it's not going to be either of those things, it's going to be something a bit different today because it's a special day. Yeah, and I sort of, as I say, I didn't know what film I was going to be talking about at the end of the last episode, so I sort of left things open, and I have watched a film, but I thought I decided I'm not going to tell you what it is right now. That's going to be you're going to have to wait and see. It's going to I'm going to keep you waiting a bit more, but that'll be the second part of this. Yeah, and I'm quite excited because I'm going to be able to include a conversation with ThisIs Readymade. We did record one, so that will be coming up. It'll be the first one this year, I think. The first one we did because we did a couple of things for Christmas, yeah, and I got a text message just then, so I don't want to be thinking about that. I'll turn my phone off. Sorry, this is going well. Yeah. So once I've played that clip, we then have chapter 19 of the Infinity Express, and as this is a live episode, I've already written this chapter. And again, anyone who's never listened to this podcast before, the Infinity Express is this story I'm putting together, and so yeah, each time it's just I go on this website and get a bunch of random words it's like a random word generator, and with those words I put together part of a story. And so far I've come up with this story about 5 friends who travel on a magical train to all these crazy different worlds. It's sort of like a bit like parallel universes, because I just thought like infinite realities, Infinity Express, that just all sort of came together. So yeah, and I'm on to the 19th chapter now, and it's getting really weird, but I'm having a lot of fun writing these. I'm getting more fun out of it as it goes. It was a bit, I didn't have the best time with the first few chapters, but I think it's gradually getting a bit more fun, because I'm not caring about whether or not it makes sense or anything. It's just a silly story, and the idea is that it never ends. It's literally a never-ending story. Like I'm not going to finish it. Basically, the whole idea is that they keep going, they keep traveling, they keep finding new things. So yeah, it's just that it's nothing. It's not meant to be well structured, really. But yeah, so that's basically all you need to know. I've gone into way too much detail, really. See, that's what this podcast is, basically. It's just me rambling, and yeah. But I know exactly where this starts. So let us move on.
I have fallen, and I choose not to get up.
Right, I forgot to put my earphones in. Okay. So this is the 6-minute shout out, and normally I have this sound effect of a wheel spinning around, so it's like I'm using a wheel to choose. I'm not actually, but I like to make it sound like I'm doing that. However, I thought, as it's Mother's Day, I would make this a special Mother's Day 6-minute shout out, because literally any mother out there, I should, and I've got to remember to time myself. I should take this opportunity to talk about obviously what an important role that is. And I mean, I'm not actually a parent, I'm not a dad, but the thing is, my mum is just such a wonderful person, and I've really got to openly talk about this, because like, from a very young age, I always felt like, you know, because all my family are just absolutely great people, and when it comes to parents, it's just invaluable to have people who can understand you, who can help you, and yeah, I just I can't say enough about my parents, and I'm thinking, because I can't really think of anything specific. I feel like I shouldn't just try and use one example, because the first thing that popped into my head when I was thinking about doing this as the 6-minute shout out is maybe bring up the fact that my parents fostered a child not too long ago, because they said to me they were planning on doing this because basically they used to own a dog, and this dog was fine, just for some reason she couldn't be around children. She was just really afraid of small children, so we couldn't really have small children in the house. And so after the dog died, that, you know, as sad as it was, meant that they were able to start having children and babies crawling around. That wasn't going to be a problem from here on. And I remember my mum saying to me, we just need to let you know and basically find out if you're okay with this. If, you know, almost as if they needed to ask me for permission. It's one of the things I think they have to do. And she said, what we'd like to do is start fostering children and having them live with us. And I just thought, well, that sounds wonderful, And so now it's got to the point where my mum has not only done an amazing job bringing up me and my brother and my sister, she's also been wonderful to my niece and nephew, and my new nephew, my brother's child, and finally to this little baby that they fostered. It's just, like, to me, it's absolutely incredible. And I think because I can't speak from experience, like I said before, but in a way that's one of the reasons why it's so absolutely incredible to me, because I don't particularly see myself as really being a parent. Maybe that's something that will happen, but I don't feel that way now. I personally, my current feeling is I don't really want that. And I don't know, maybe I'll change, maybe I'll meet someone. I can't really say anything now. It's I don't know. I don't know if it's even likely, but yeah, I'm happy with that. Anyway, that's because this is all about it's all about mothers, and so yeah, as I say, both of my parents are just absolutely wonderful people, and but yeah, as obviously it is Mother's Day, I spent a lot of time thinking about the care and love that my mum has brought to so many people, not just me, not just to her children, but yeah, and I'm really proud. And yeah, I don't talk about this a lot, but I think because it occurred to me one time when I was like sort of my mid to late teens, I think. I thought not every kid has this. They don't have loving parents. Some of the as we've witnessed with the foster caring, some children have to leave their parents. Some of them just get completely abandoned, or some of them just completely mistreated by the people who are supposed to care for them. And yeah, it's getting a bit bleak now, this, but I would think about that, and I'd be like, I shouldn't take any of this for granted. It's the kind of life that some people would could only wish for, can only dream about. So yeah, yeah. Whew. That's my 6-minute shout out, Mother's Day edition. But yeah, I really feel that way, and I'm glad I was able to say all of that. And now I'm going to play a silly clip to move on to the next segment.
Adam, that's not funny.
Right. So as I say, this is where I talk about a film, and you don't know what it is yet. I didn't decide on one last week, so I'll just play the yeah. Secret of NIMH. That's the film that I decided to watch in preparation for this episode. Basically because, again, it's Mother's Day, and this is the only Don Bluth film I'm aware of where the main protagonist is a mother. And the funny thing is, I first saw this film, I think when I was in my early 20s. And it was a bit hard. I think the first couple of times I watched it, I wasn't sure about it. Because as a child, I watched films like American Tail and Land Before Time. And so obviously when you're a child, you're going to love those films. That's just how it goes. But yeah, so I actually wasn't even aware of Secret of NIMH until, as I say, it was maybe less than 10 years ago, and I was on iTunes, and I saw it. I read the description. A lot of people wrote reviews on it saying they loved it, so I rented it. And yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty good, but it's just, it was hard for me to appreciate it the same way I probably would have back when I was a child. And also, I was watching it on a tiny screen, because back then I'd rent films on iTunes and just watch them on my iPod Classic, which I think is fine if it's a film that you really like and you've already seen it. Like, because I used to watch some of my favourites, but it's not the best way to watch a film for the first time. When you watch a film for the first time, you want to see it on a decent screen. So yeah, I think that might have had something to do with it. Also, that I was technically an adult, and it was a bit of a weird time to see it for the first time. But yeah, since I joined Netflix, I think this is now the 4th time I've seen it, I think. So yeah, I think each time I watch it, I notice more things, and also another thing I thought about the first time I saw it was, is this a bit too complicated for children? But now I don't think it is. I don't think it's complicated. Like the whole thing about NIMH, I think initially that can seem like, do we need to know more? I can't remember exactly, even after seeing it recently, what NIMH is all about. But that doesn't really matter too much, because everything else in the film is completely straightforward, and it works really well as a children's film, and it moves at quite a steady pace, which I mean is a good thing, because it moves at a pace the same way maybe a Stanley Kubrick film would. It takes its time. It's not like I just think it's very well measured, I think is what I'm trying to say, because it's very charming. It's not laugh out loud funny, but I think I suppose that was you can say the same about a lot of Don Bluth films, because there was always a lot more emphasis on the drama. So yeah, would I watch it again? Yeah, and I think it's very likely that I will, because, as I say, I've seen it about 4 times now. So, and I think I am going to this week. I'm going to tell you what the next film is going to be. I'm going to suggestmemovie.com to find out. I did rush that a review, if you want to call it that. And the first film it's come up with right now is a Late Quartet from 2012, another 2012 film with Philip Seymour Hoffman and Christopher Walken. Yeah, okay, why not? A Late Quartet. That'll be the film I will be talking about in the next episode of the Beluga Tunes podcast.
That's how we do it in my garden.
Hi, we're here on the street asking people about the Fump. Excuse me, sir, do you know what the Fump is?
The what?
The Fump. F-U-M-P.
Oh, I don't know, but it doesn't sound appetizing. I don't want any.
Isn't that the sound a groundhog makes when you run over it with your car?
No. Can you tell me what the Fump is?
Is it the enemy in the next Spider-Man movie?
I don't think so.
A clean-burning car that runs on pancakes?
What?
Isn't that the stuff the Nutty Professor invented?
No, that's flubber. The Fump. What is the Fump?
Ooh, it's a dog. I think it's half Great Dane, half Chihuahua.
Is that even possible?
Sounds like something you get from a cheap hooker.
Oh, come on, no. Doesn't anyone around here know what the Fump is?
I do, but I'm a paid announcer with a script in front of me that explains it.
Fine, fine. Go do your thing.
The Fump is the Funny Music Project. It's a website where comedy musicians post funny songs and parodies. New songs are uploaded every Tuesday and Friday. The songs are available for free download from thefump.com or automatically via our podcast feed. The Fump features some of the biggest names in comedy music from the Dr. Demento Show, including the great Luke Ski, Robert London Spav, Devo Spice, Worm Quartet, Rob Balder, Possible Oscar, Tom Smith, Raymond and Scum, Power Salad, Bob Ricci, Carla Ulbrich, Steve Goody, Paul and Storm, and Jonathan Colton. High-quality downloads and compilation CDs are also available. Find us at www.thefump.com or look us up on iTunes. And for behind-the-scenes discussions on the songs posted to the Fump, listen to the Funny Music Podcast.
Thank you. See, people? Was that so hard?
So it is something you get from a cheap hooker. Look, the one I was with last Friday sold me a copy of the Volume 10 compilation CD.
Ugh, I quit. I'm going home.
The Fump. It's not something you get from a cheap hooker. Usually.
Okay, so I think now I'm going to play the chat I did with ThisIs Readymade. This time around, we thought we would talk about Keep Drawing and Nobody Explodes. This is a web series that we started just over a week ago. And the first video is on my channel right now. I might put a link into this one somehow, but yeah, that's basically what we talked about, so here we are. I am joined by ThisIs Readymade.
Hello.
And we have just finished doing a special live stream where we did like a pilot of this.
We did a new idea.
Yeah, and I think we're going to call it Keep Drawing and Nobody Explodes.
Yeah.
And it's basically like a little art project that's also a web series where you get to see me try to draw something, and the idea is that you choose a random cartoon.
I'll choose like a cartoon character, and I'm gonna explain it to you. Very I don't know. I explain it to you, but as bad as I can.
You can go and see it. It's on there now.
It's up now.
And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Because the thing about doing these sorts of things is you don't always know what the experience is going to be like. Like if you have an idea.
Oh
yeah. I have found in the past that I thought, oh, I'd like to do this, and it's usually if it's something I'm doing just on my own. I find that I don't always commit to it, and it doesn't turn out exactly as I wanted it to. But I think because I found when we started doing Video Gaga, that turned into something that was actually worked out.
Yeah.
And we've done over 20 episodes. I still think that's like to me that's really cool because
same here.
I wasn't sure at first if it was even going to be convenient for us to do like that sort of carry on going every week. This is another one of those things because we've only done this one kind of pilot episode.
This one episode.
Yeah. But I'm glad that this first one went as well as it did.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Because I've never done anything like this, really.
I haven't.
A show where I have someone with me and sort of guiding me through this drawing process. Because I enjoy shows like Drawfee. And also the one that Game Grumps did, the Doodle Dudes.
Oh, Doodle Dudes.
Yeah.
They should bring that back. I love that
because
show.
that was quite a short-lived kind of.
I loved
sub-series. It. Yeah, that was really funny. I should have doing some of those.
Oh, I know. I
put them on Instagram.
Posted like a few images of you doing it.
I had a lot of fun with the Sonic the Hedgehog one.
That was a good one. Well, that was a good one to do it with.
because I don't really know anything about like the lore of Sonic the Hedgehog, but that kind
I mean, what you got was pretty good out of it. I mean,
thanks. But that sort of thing is just fun. So that was one of the reasons that I really wanted to do something like this. For a long time now, I've been thinking it would be just, you know, like even if nobody else, I'd love to do this.
There's still enjoyment being made out of it.
Yeah, because it's like we were saying. Basically, the whole point is that I do a bad job at sort of drawing these this stuff that you're telling me, because I don't know what it is. But even if I kind of work out ahead of time, because you know the third drawing I did, I won't give anything away for anyone who hasn't watched our episode yet, but the third drawing I had to do, at one point I was like, oh, I think I know who this is, without giving it away. But again, I just thought, I'm going to act like I have no idea and just carry on doing it as inaccurately as possible. That's the thing. I'm just trying to be completely inaccurate. So it's kind of good when...
Don't worry, it's inaccurate to what I said.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, I think that's a text message. My pizza's on its way. So.
Oh, dang. Dang.
But yeah, so it. I think it actually helps when I do sort of figure it out.
Yeah.
Because then I can just have fun, go in the complete opposite way of what I was supposed to.
Oh yeah, we went weird ways with it. Again, not giving anything away on this first episode. But it was a lot of fun to make. It was a lot of fun to do this.
Yeah. And I'm thinking what we're probably going to do in future, like, because we'll try and do some more episodes, but we probably won't do them live, because I think if I'm the only one who can see what I'm drawing, like, until the end, when I might like post it on Twitter,
it'll surprise me more.
Yeah, and let you see it. Yeah, it'll make it more of a surprise. Cause I want to get your reaction. I want to see how.
Yeah, no, that'll be great.
Yeah, because I love these kinds of games, like that involve sort of an art challenge, but it's sort of against the clock. You have to keep.
Yeah.
And because that's why I thought keep drawing and nobody explodes. It seemed like because you know I'm parodying the
keep talking and nobody explodes.
Yeah. But because in a way it seemed like it's just I've not played Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, but
same here. I haven't played it, but I've watched it.
Yeah, I've seen it being played. So yeah, I was thinking this is kind of similar because I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm just relying on information that's being spoken to me. So yeah, similar sort of idea. But yeah, was there anything you wanted to say? Like,
oh no, but I really enjoy this. So
cool.
Should we address Video Gaga real quick just before?
Yeah. Because Video Gaga isn't dead. We haven't.
It's not dead. Don't worry, guys. We have 23 episodes, and we got a lot more coming.
I think we have mentioned that we already know what the next video is going to be. And
it's on the playlist for anybody curious. Yeah, we do know what the next episode will be. It's a 2-video thing.
But the thing is,
if I'm thinking what you're thinking,
we sort of got to work out, because we're now doing a new show. Might
figure out
be
what we want to do with this.
So we're probably going to do them in seasons. So when we're done with the season, we might
go back to
something like that. Like after a certain number of episodes, we'll just say, okay, we'll do the other thing now.
I mean, we're at 23 episodes of Video Gaga, which is quite a big stretch of videos.
Yeah. And when you think about it, those were the 2017 episodes. So
you're right.
We can maybe start a new season.
Christmas morning of 2017.
That's right, yeah.
So it was our last episode currently.
So yeah. Exciting times.
Exciting times. So
I think that's
Video Gaga's not dead for anybody curious. We'll be coming back.
We hope to bring it back, yeah. So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to this year.
Yep, we got a lot coming. So
yeah. So there you go. Okay, we're on to the Infinity Express now. So yeah, I did have some random words supplied to me from randomlists.com, and here they are. I shall read them now. Okay, calendar, kick, sponge, exultant, different, tasteful, illegal, and strip. Yeah, so with these 8 words, I had the challenge of creating a new chapter of the Infinity Express. Let's do a recap. I want to fill in some time. I mean, I don't want this segment to be too short. Basically, Teresa is trying to convince Tabitha Gumbel to be the guest of honour at the charity for homeless otters, and it's going quite well. Teresa has already convinced Tabitha that they're related, and Tabitha seems to actually be concerned about the plight of these otters. Meanwhile, Shane and Becky, they're both trying to get the other two interested in how the train works, and also the plans that they're making regarding this otter charity. Basically, it looks like Tabitha is going to be making a speech. Once again, with those 8 words, I put together chapter 19, and I'm going to read it now. So, chapter 19. Tabitha walks up to the podium to deliver her speech. Mark your calendars, because next month we will be housing these beautiful creatures, she smiles. Suddenly, Tabitha feels something kick at her shin, and she notices one of the otters is trying to get her attention. Another otter jumps into a punch bowl and absorbs the drink like a sponge. This is not the exultant experience I was hoping for, murmurs Teresa. No, but it is different, smiles Suzette. Please, otters, keep it tasteful, shouts Tabitha. You know it's illegal to bring animals into this establishment, says Shane. Yes, says Teresa. What are you going to do about it? A third otter begins to strip away the wallpaper. Tabitha groans as she makes her way back to her seat. She looks at the 5 guests sitting around the table. Is this everybody? She asks. I'm afraid the otters have taken up the rest of the seats, replies Teresa. Okay.
Don't put this on your tape. Don't put this on your tape. Whatever you do, don't put this on your tape.
Well, the time has very nearly come for me to send you all on your merry way. And before I go, I'm just going to read the credits of where the clips came from. They were from Jontron, You Talking You Two to Me, Pete Moore, Cadicarus, and Weird Al. I did also have a Game Grumps one. It was this one.
I'll take 2 cheese pizzas and some crazy bread.
I may have got things. Did I not? Oh, never mind. See, I always like to have an extra one just in case I need it. Okay, end screen. There it is. Thanks for listening, everybody. My website is belugatoons.com, BELUGATOONS. Belugatoons.redbubble.com is where you can find t-shirts and other kinds of merch with my designs. I am at Belugatoons on Twitter. At BelugatoonsPod is the Twitter for all of the podcast-specific tweets. You find links to like the 6-minute shout-outs and all the things I do on there. this podcast is available on iTunes or Apple Podcasts. Still not used to calling it that. Stitcher and Acast. Those platforms as well. And I feel like it's important to mention those on a live stream, because if anyone has been following the podcast on YouTube, you may notice that it seems a bit incomplete, because I'm just doing basically I'm only doing a live stream for like every 4th episode or so. So if you want to hear all of them, then subscribe. Go to Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or Acast, and you'll be able to hear every episode, not just the live ones. These are the ones on YouTube. They're the only ones that will be recorded in real time. But yeah. Anyway, who cares? Thanks for listening, everybody. Join me next week when I will be talking about what was the film called? This is the thing, I'd not heard of it previously. A Late Quartet, yes, 2012. And I think that's pretty much it. There's also Video Gaga, Keep Drawing and Nobody Explodes. Check those out. This is Readymade. Thanks for listening, everybody. Take care. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. And bye-bye.